Gang, 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 gang. A little bit late today. Feeling a little bit under the weather. But hope we are good. Good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening. Wherever you are around the world, big yourselves up, man. Big yourselves up. The intervention is back. We are here. Big up Mr. Robbo. Saying big up views. Cheers for coming on the channel yesterday. Was fun. Like and subscribe, people, or Garnacho. Big up Robbo, man. Yeah, man. My pleasure, bro. My pleasure. I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? And you know, I am the helpful type. So you know what I mean? If I can help out where I can, then of course I will. But big yourself up, my bro. Oh, one person in the building, so we're having a slow afternoon today. Let me just I don't know if people are hitting the notification bell. Let me just send this out, see if we can't round up a few more people. But you know, the show depends on you guys. The show depends on you guys. So let me just send this out quickly. How we doing, man? How are we doing? Big up Robbo if you're still in here. How are you today, bro? Talk to me. You know, the title says you know, the most important transfer or the most important summer yet, with a question mark. Is it? Am I being mad? Do you know what I mean? Am I being mad? I don't know. Bear with me. We live. Yeah, so that's the title today, people. That is the title today. Obviously, like I said, the length of the show is going to depend on the takers. If there's no takers and everyone's busy elsewhere, then obviously there's no point in being live to talk to myself. So we will see how it goes. But like I said, hope everyone is well. Just sending out the live to see if we can get a few more people inside. And if not, then we're just going to have to rock out for a little bit anyway. We're going to have to rock out for a little bit. Big up Robbo, Zubi to Arsenal. I'm so over the moon. Farting rainbows. Don't need a striker. All right. Well, do you have any kind of links or what is that on Twitter or whatever? Because as it stands, my bro, like I said, I go on Sky and I don't see anything different. Like, you know what I mean? What I am seeing on Sky, and we'll have a quick little look over it. What I am seeing on Sky is Gittins is no longer going to Chelsea at this moment in time. There's 5 hours and 51 minutes. Let's get this up. Let's get this up. Let's get this up. Very slow afternoon today, man. Jesus Christ. I know I was a little bit late, but boy, there's people still eating their full Irish. What is going on there? Here he is. Big up Shane. No, they must not be then. If you're here, big yourself up, bro. Congratulations on the 1K. I actually thought that would happen yesterday or the day before, to be fair. But yeah, man, 5 hours and 50 minutes left of the deadline day. Of course, Twitter, Athletic, Fabrizio. Yeah, so basically the Egal Bible, the Athletic, as you can see on your screen, guys, 5 hours and 50 minutes. And of course, Arsenal doing nothing. You know, all the talk has been about Kepa. All the talk has been about Martin Zubimendi and whether it's going to get hijacked or not. So if there's any links, man, Robbo, WhatsApp it to me or send it or whatever, and we'll try and get it up. Just give me one moment. Yeah, cool. Just aggro left, right, and center. Life is really lifing, but there you go, people. Big up Shane, man, each and every time, bro. Twitter Athletic, yeah, Robbo's bigging up Shane. Mama Maybach music. Ross is in the building. Big yourself up, bro. Hope you are well. Big up views and the crew. I was just sarcastic for your information, bro. Top Gooners overgassing the signing, plus they want to see midfield of Moreno, Zubi, Odegaard, same midfield that finished 6th. Yeah, in La Liga and miles behind top 4. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't understand what Arteta is trying to do. I don't understand what Arteta is trying to do. We're all gonna have to wait. Like I said, it's like a social experiment. like a petri dish. That's what I was meant to say on Robbo's, like a petri dish. You know, like people are just experimenting and things like that. So we'll see. We're gonna check. We're gonna check around. We're gonna check around. I mean, like I said, until I see things on Sky, it's hard to take it really, really serious. And this is why I said, you know, the most important summer yet, is it? Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, Arsenal are not acting like it is, or am I just being too impatient? This is the point. Look, Mama Mikel music. I hear it. I hear it. Big up Wahaha. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Big up Mr. Robbo. Yeah, congratulating Shane on 1K. Absolutely. Bear with me. Bear with me. Sorry about this, people. But yeah, so we're gonna check the links. I am gonna check the WhatsApp as well. I'm trying to turn this whole bing down because you're getting a bloody fine. Bing, bing, bing. But you know, the mother of the children doesn't care that I'm live, you know, things like that. Big up Robbo. So there we go. Let me bring up the WhatsApp up here and we can have a quick little look at it. It's a David Ornstein again. It's like he almost bloody works specifically for Arsenal, innit? You know? But we'll get it up. We'll get it up. We'll click the link. We'll click the link. We will click the link, people. But like I said, man, I'll put the link out soon if anyone wants to come up and chat, or if there's any topics you want to talk about. I try and just have the main kind of topic, do you know what I'm saying, where I'm just asking the main question. You know, it's meant to be the most important transfer summer window yet, and it's about to close in a few hours, and of course Arsenal have done nothing. So, you know, as I keep saying, is it the same old Arsenal? Are we being wrong to panic? Like me personally, I don't care whether we're in the Club World Cup or not. I just cared about whenever we can get players in, get players in. Do your business. Do you know what I mean? And so far, like I said, no good. But we will see. We will see, guys. I'll get to the couple of the comments. I've got WhatsApp here now as well. And I've even got, let me stop sharing that for a minute. I've even got the X link. So let's share this. And let's talk about it, people, man. Talk about it. It's all on X, you know, people acting like this is the new Bible. These ITKs are like really, really in the know. Big up E Ross, great show yesterday as well, Mr. Rotter. Big up, man. Big yourself up, my bro. Yeah, it was fun, man. We enjoyed it. Big up, it's Everest, it's me. Big up views and chat. Big yourself up, bro. Man said Petri dish. Yeah, bro. You know, like, because I feel like this is the local experiment. Do you know what I mean? With Arsenal at this point in time. The local experiment, guys. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, like, you know, we'll give him rope, we'll let him hang himself, we'll see what happens, we'll do that, you know, we'll give him all of his pieces. And like I said, we ain't got time for this, man. I ain't got time for this. You know what I mean? Like, what, we're supposed to just wait a whole year? Like, with like anyone just got a year to waste in their life? Like, I don't know about you guys, but that's how I feel. Do you know what I mean? And maybe I'm just being a bit hyperbolic. I don't know. This is what you guys are here for. Let me know. Robbo 07. Okay, big yourself up. Big up, it's Everest. But yeah, let me just quickly read this out for you guys, because I don't know if you can see it and I can't seem to zoom in. See, Robbo, we have the same problems on Streamlabs, bro. The zoom is always going to be an issue. But it says breaking: Arsenal will pay a total of 55 million for Martin Zubimendi, which is 4 million more than his release clause. This is always going to be the case, because I told you Arsenal are rocking up like Ebenezer Scrooge, bro. You know, like our pockets are bulging with money and we're trying to take one coin out at a time. Oh, is 5 enough? Is 6 enough? Like, bro, I told you 2,000 and you're bringing out 5 and 6. This is what Arsenal do. You know what I mean? But anyway, we'll keep reading. This was agreed with Real Sociedad to allow Arsenal to pay for the transfer in installments. What did I say? Klarna FC, bro. Big up DJB for that one. It gives the Gunners even more flexibility in the transfer market this summer. Yes, we got to be smart, but at the same time, we've got to tie down the deals. We've got to tie down the deals. Do you know what I mean? You're seeing now what haggling can do sometimes, especially if the money ain't too much. With Mike Mainen, I don't know how much they were asking for, but that is part of the news today. And we'll get back into that in just a moment. Let me Excuse me. Let me just run through what they're saying on Sky, and then we'll get into the chat. I'll put the link out and we'll see how the show goes today. But like I said, people, if there ain't many takers, then obviously we will just try and cut it short a little bit. But look, deadline day stuff. But some of the main talk: Arsenal women to play their games at the Emirates. Big up the women. You know, it might be the only time I actually go to the Emirates now. Forest latest Turner closing in on Leon move. Not too interested in that. Toon talked to Burnley keeper. Klopp's former assistant joins Pep at City. Not interested in that. How Gyokeres soared from 450k to 75 million, and still like no one's solidly in except for Man United. I honestly believe, guys, and I really believe this. I don't really believe that we've properly tried to go in for Victor Gyokeres at Arsenal. I don't. I really don't. If you know, I've had people saying, "Come on, don't be silly. You really think Arsenal's not doing no business, bro?" Don't tell me don't be silly, bro. Because let's look at history. Let's look at the proof in the pudding. Do you know what I'm saying? Arsenal never had a big old summer window like we need to, a statement window. We're always, you know, scrimping and saving and interested and monitoring and doing the homework and never closing the deal. This is what we're used to. So don't tell me to be patient and calm down and all that shit, because I know I ain't calm. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, obviously I'm not like, but I'm kind of resigned. But the anger's still there, isn't it? The anger's still there. Ekatike looks ready for the next step after firing for Frankfurt. Tottenham continue talks with Brentford to appoint Frank. Now, big up Jacob. I think it's Jacob Warren or whatever his name is, Tottenham fan. He's calling him trash can Tommy. So I don't know if certain Tottenham fans want Thomas Frank. What do you guys think of that? Let me just look at the comments quickly. Yeah, look, numbers are going down. So we might have a very short show today, guys. We really might. Big up E. Ross, Dexter's Laboratory. I say that shit every season when he's constantly throwing party at right back. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. 12 Years a Slave featuring Thomas Partey. Do you know what I mean? And now it's featuring Declan Rice. These men have been flogged. Saka couldn't even play the first game for England because they're like, bro, like you're injured or whatever, or you're not right. So then how is it that he can keep turning out for Arsenal? This is the whole point. Arteta, yeah, Mikel Bin Laden on this madness, bro. On this absolute madness. Man saying, Cap, yeah, big yourself up, E. Ross. It's me, Everest. He calls him Ozimpic Frank. Yeah, bro. I don't know what all that's about, man. Jason Carter, big yourself up, my bro. Welcome on in. Yeah, so Jacobs, he's not happy about it. I mean, look, for me personally, I feel like if you're going to Thomas Frank, it's a bit of a step sideways, isn't it? If you're Spurs, like, wouldn't you want a winner right now? But it's typically what Arsenal's going to do as well, people. That's what we're going to do. If Arteta ever gets gone, I've got a feeling that we're going to do a sidestep instead of going for a winner. You know what I mean? But we'll get through a couple of more of these. Like I said, it's a very slow afternoon today. You people don't like me, man. What's going on? I thought we were gang. Deadline day live. First summer transfer window closes tonight. And of course, there's nothing in it for us. Arsenal latest serious Al Hilal interest in Sesko. Al Hilal wants Sesko before Club World Cup. We've only got a few hours to do it. But like I said, guys, I think Mainen is not going to Chelsea now. The AC Milan goalkeeper, they couldn't reach an agreement. I don't even know how much they wanted originally. But they need a goalkeeper. They need a good goalkeeper. And for me, their far arsing about is now what's lost them that goalkeeper. I understand they're trying to be smart in the business, but let's be honest, man. You lot haven't really been smart in the business in terms of just spending loads of money in it and not always getting it right. So at the end of the day, just pay what they want for Mainen, get yourself a world-class keeper, and finish your summer and try and challenge. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. That would piss me off if I was Chelsea. But Arsenal are doing it all the time. You know, like I said yesterday and on other people's shows, if we had done all the homework, all the washing up, all the dusting, all the fucking stalking, whatever, all the sexting, if we had done all that stuff for Sesko, then why is he not already here? Because all of that stuff had been done before, right? All the groundwork, you're ready to pull the trigger. Because that was all the wording you was using when we were asking for Gyokeres. This is what you was telling us. We've done the homework. You know, the dog never ate it. We've got it here present. You understand what I'm saying? So Boy, 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 boy. Jason Carter saying, all good, brother. Hope you're keeping well, my G. Yeah, big up, man. Big up everyone, saluting everyone in the chat. E Ross is bigging up Jason. Big up Shane. United have to sign a keeper too. Can't win anything with Onana in the nets. There you go, bro. There you go. So I'm surprised, man. I'm surprised. Are United even going for a keeper? Because they're just taking all of our targets. United are basically moving like Chelsea this year, because Chelsea normally do that. Like, they don't even bother with scouting networks. They just wait and see who we want, and then they know that we ain't serious. They're just going to come in and buy them, and then that's that. That's what Man United's doing this season. Oh, who do Arsenal want? Oh, Cunha, Mbeumo, Gyokeres. All right. And they're apparently not even supposed to have any money. United fans were telling me, bro, like, if we want players, we'll be able to get them. And I'm like, look, it's looking a bit spooky for you guys. I don't know if you are, but what do I know? Because look, do you know what I'm saying? They're the ones coming up on Sky Sports in yellow, talking about Man United calling again for Gyokeres. Where's that in yellow for Arsenal? I'm sick of it, guys. But, you know, what do I know? I'm just being impatient. I'm just being, you know what I mean? But there you go. Big up Shane. Like I said, yeah, that's a great point. They do need a keeper. They absolutely do need a keeper. It's me, Everest. I think they'll try for Mainan again during July transfer window. Yeah, they'll probably get him then. But there's a slight chance they might not. What if, as Shane said, United now come in and just say, how much was it? 18 million, 20 million? All right. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea out here trying to offer like 10 million or something. You know, we're offering 5 million for a keeper, and I've seen so many Arsenal fans and content creators and people that I respect, and they're like, look, when you just take your feelings out of it, it's not a bad deal, this, that, and the other. But still, even when I take my feelings out of it, guys, for me, it is a bad deal. Why are we spending on a keeper when there's Setford and there's Hine, and I swear there's even another young keeper? Let's be honest, I'd take a risk. Yeah, you want to talk about calculated risks? For me, that's a calculated risk. Look what happened when you tried to bring in another keeper to kind of challenge when Raya and Ramsdale. It doesn't work, bro. Yes, Raya is not safe in my opinion, because I do think he's a bit shaky. But if you're asking me whether I take a risk on him this season, yeah, I would. I take a risk. You're the number one. We'll promote one of the kids for now and see how we go. And we'll save that money and we'll try and move forward with the positions that we actually really need to fill. As much as crazy as it sounds, we need a left back. If no one wants to keep Ben White for right back, centre back cover, then what? Because right back, I don't think he's the same player anymore. But even still, Ola Aina's out there on the free, Tariq Mitchell's out there on the free. These are two players we could just pick up easily. I don't know if Tariq Mitchell inverts though. That might be the issue. Do you know what I'm saying? That literally might be the issue. But at the same time, who cares? Especially if you want to get someone like Rodrigo, who actually uses the overlap of the fullback as well. Like, we have to change how we play. But again, I don't know what Arteta's got cooking, bro. It's probably a fucking, I don't know, a bowl of snot. Do you know what I mean? A bowl of Odegaard snot. That's what he's got cooking, bro. And it ain't going to taste nice. Big up Wahaha. There was talk United was going for Oblak, but quieting down lately. Jesus Christ. Like, why they move it? Like, because they're Man United. So even in their worst times, bro, the worst ever side I've ever seen playing for Manchester United, they still got to 5 finals in the last 5 years or something like that. I think they've only won 2 of them, but they've won 2 of them and been to however many. So all of those runners-up medals they've got, along with a couple of wins. Dunking on Arsenal. This is meant to be our goosebumps, you know. I am so handsome. You know, Mikel Arteta telling everyone goosebumps, bro. This is meant to be goosebumps. Sane and Kepa and Sesko. And like I said, I feel sorry for Sesko, because it's not your fault that our manager fancies you. But you know what I'm saying? You're coming at a time when most of us want Gyokeres. The people keep trying to talk up Sesko like they're just top gooners, bro. They're Arteta sexuals. It has to be, bro. There's no way you can look at Sesko and Gyokeres and say, oh, I'd rather get that. Like, just because he scores a few more headers. Like, then we really are turning into Stoke. And fair play, you know, because some people actually enjoy that. There's been people this season saying that they've enjoyed where Mikel Arteta has taken us from. I've even heard some people, I'm not even going to say names, and they should know better, talking us from Mikel Arteta took us from 8th. No, bro. We was never in 8th when Mikel Arteta took over. We finished 5th under Unai Emery, and he didn't even get to finish the second season. I think at that point we was in 7th. Do you want to know something? Mikel Arteta finished 8th twice and then 5th. We was never 8th under Emery. So dispel this myth, people. Get it gone. Get it gone. That is a myth. All good besides Arsenal. Yeah, I get it. Big up Dre in the building. Hope you're well today, bro. Big up Views. Your gal, you want to know something? Winning trophies is overrated. Ugh, I've heard this, man. I've heard other people saying if you want to win trophies, why are you supporting Arsenal? Go and support Barcelona or something. They're calling us glory hunters. How can I change my team if you're a proper football fan? How can you change if I've been supporting the team my whole life? I've got baby pictures in Arsenal kits. How am I then gonna just change my team? Like, you absolute planks, bro. And then how is it that you guys, and a lot of them are older than me, have seen Arsenal win stuff, and now you're happy to just be QPR? We just want vibes over here. We just want a good workplace. We just want a good atmosphere. Like, wow, guys. Wow, 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 wow. And we get called the glory. How can I be a glory hunter? Do you know what I'm saying? We ain't won a major. We ain't won a league in 21 years. How can I be a glory hunter? Because I want my team to win something. I want my team to act its wage. I want my team to find their big boy pants. That makes me a glory hunter. Because I'm sick of my team fleecing everyone, you know, making everyone at the club rich, the players, the staff, everybody, you know, the football company, and us fans here, the ones who take it home, are getting no value for the money that you keep wanting to take stuff out. You keep wanting to take money out of our pockets, bro. Where's the value for it? Holding us upside down, shaking us for our coins, bro. Where's the value? That's the point. Big up E. Ross. Winning trophies is overrated. What the hell, bro? Like I said, he's Michael Jackson, bro. He's Michael Jackson. He's reincarnated, bro. Michael Jackson. You don't know what he's on. All of those drugs, all the drugs the doctor was giving him. You know what I mean? You don't know what he's on, bro. Like I said, he's just here to go against the grain and get views and get loads of people, like, you know, backing him and stuff. I can't really, like, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Big up Shane. It's not about Kepa being cheap. It's about him being shit. Yeah, there you go. Why spend any money and wages on a shit keeper? Just promote the youth. They can't be anywhere. Exactly. Look, think, and I was saying it yesterday as well, right? Like, Kepa was like bro, he's like the shittest keeper that they've got. Do you know what I'm saying? The shittest keeper that they've got, and that's the one that we're gonna take. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. I know you guys know about the you know, Mikel Arteta's transfer plans. You get me? Where he searches for his players, bro. We'll give you a little piece of that. We'll give you a little piece of that, you know? We'll give you a little piece of that. We will finish this story as well, and I'll quickly look on X and try and see if there's any other news on the old Bible that is X, because especially for Mr. Egal, that's literally his Bible, bro. Literally, literally playing already. Like, I don't know why you're just playing straight away, big man. You get me? I need to get used to this thing, and I need to get on to actually properly show like clips instead of sharing it, if you know what I mean. I tell you what I will do though, actually, just while I'm here, we'll quickly read this. Don't panic. Sesko to Arsenal deal is still on. Who the fuck is panicking, guys? Some top gooners are, actually. Let me not even say that. Some top gooners are panicking. I'm definitely not panicking. Al Halal. If you want to come and do some business, then come and take him, bro. Then we might actually get our head out of our ass and go and get Osherman or Gyokeres. Do you know what I'm saying? Sesko to Arsenal, RB Leipzig, striker draws parallels with Erling Haaland. My God. So that was Haaland, it's Anelka, it's Ibrahimovic. What has this guy done in the game, bro? He scored a one outside of the boot goal, bro. You know, like every time I watch his compilations, it's the same goals. Like, there really isn't a big sample size here. Yes, he's tall. Yes, he scores some headers. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy work. 2 clubs from Saudi Arabia have inquired about Sesko in the last few hours, but they have been told that Sesko's preference is to continue with Arsenal, as he is too young to go to Saudi Arabia. Arsenal are still working on a verbal agreement. Like, oh my God, bro. This is why I don't try and do all this press conferences and reading and shit, because it just pisses me off. I can't even get through it. I can't even get through it. Verbal agreement, but as long as there is no verbal agreement, other teams still do have a chance. What are you talking about? Still working on a verbal agreement? I thought that was already done. But as long as there is no verbal agreement, other teams still have a chance. Huh? Even if there was a verbal agreement, they still have a fucking chance. If nothing is written in stone, if there's nothing signed, then you've always got. This is what I'm trying to say about the thick people that support this club and buy into this bullshit, bro. At this stage, the talks are still ongoing. Oh my, what is there left to talk about? I don't even want this guy, but I'm just getting upset on how we do business, bro. It's fucking rubbish. And this is what Berta was meant to come in and sort out. My God. It's dusty, bro. The most important summer yet. And we're talking and we're looking and we're dusting and we're doing the fucking washing up and we're folding clothes. We're doing everything but closing deals, bro. Zubimendi expected to complete Arsenal move. Despite reports from Spain linking with a move to Real Madrid, Martin Zubimendi is expected to have a medical soon at Arsenal ahead of completing his move. Woo, woo, woo. So what? This is actually annoying me now. Yes, if we're going to get Zubimendi, cool, bring him in. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but now it's pissing me off because once again, we're having transfer sagas over players that we should be wrapping up very, very easily. I don't want Sesko, but if you want him and you've done all the talking and then you've announced it a million times that is concrete and we're done, why is he not here? Look, the next Haaland. Let me stop sharing this because, like I said already, guys, these people are just the next Haaland. I'm going to get into the comments. I promise I will. The next Haaland, guys. Have we even had enough sample size for that? He's probably taller than Haaland, but he's not as stocky as Haaland. I've seen him run pretty fast, but like I said, the sample size is not big enough, people. It's not big enough. But we know where Arteta goes to look for his players. And here it is. Yeah, that last one, that's how high Sesko can jump. And you see how Sesko hair is now, guaranteed in like 6 months, if he plays for Arsenal, he's going to have a man bun. How about that? Oh, make sure you guys are hitting the like. I'm going to get to the comments now. And I'm going to put the link out as well. We are going to be doing up some movements pretty soon. So today, I think I'm ordering the internet for Mumsy's house. So we are going to be doing up some movements soon. So there might be a little 1 or 2 days, maybe towards the end of this week, early next week, where it might just be short videos or stuff I can do off my data until the internet lands. But we are sorting it out, people. We are sorting it out. Let me get into the chat. Let me also copy that link. So if anyone wants to have their say, obviously try and keep it not just about the topic, but I would like to hear about the topic. Is this the most important transfer window yet? Do you feel like we're treating it as so? Am I panicking? Is it me? And if I am panicking and you're so calm, then please just explain to me. And I'm not trying to draw you out. I'm just asking, like, please explain why you're so calm. And please don't say because that's what we always do. Because like I said on Robbo and Shane, it's not an excuse, guys. Oh, we always take long for our business. It's not an excuse. We want to see a change to try and signify that you guys are taking things seriously. That's what we want to see. You see what I'm saying? So you keep doing things the normal way is not signifying that there's a change. This is why the panic is kicking in. This is why. This is why. Just bear with me, Everest. I did definitely think you would come on. Just bear with me, mate. I'm going through some of these chats. Big up the assembled in the building. We'll get to that soon. Big up Everest again. E Ross, Hendo's in the building. I think I've lost where I was in the chat, so let me just get back there. Let me just get back there. Yeah, lots to talk about. Yeah, there we go. So big up Dre. He said, I truly don't get this narrative of Arteta not wanting to work with a Maverick. Let me just bring you on. Bear with me. I'm just gonna big up yourself, bro. Just gonna go through some of these comments. Wanting to work with a Maverick, just yes, man. Yeah, exactly. So how are we ever going to win anything if we don't have at least a player that going to push the team forward? Absolutely. This is my point. Yes, men, yes, men, yes, men. If Berta's coming in and you're telling me, oh, these were the done deals before, well, they're not written in stone. So I'm expecting you to stop those, and you haven't. But there you go. Big up Wahaha. Are any youth keepers Basque? Didn't think so. That's a great point as well. You know, Kepa, another Spanish guy. Zubamendi, another Spanish guy. You know what I mean? It's getting a bit tiresome, but there you go. Big up E Ross, hearing shit like that winning yeah, like what does that even mean? I get it. Big up Wahaha. I was so mad when Bex went to Rail, hated him so much for it, but never occurred to me to change clubs, and I was 13. There you go. You can't just change it. Once you support a club properly, you can't just change. E-Ross said, I'm absolutely speechless at the moment. Bro, there you go. Wahaha, it means I'm stirring shit up. Listen to me, people. You want to know something? Yeah, nothing's going on. That has gone mad, isn't it? I think obviously because Shane, like, you know, Shane's got more eyes on him than I have. Do you know what I mean? But that is absolutely gone mad. But it's just nice to know that you can influence people. Do you know what I mean? And people take in what you say. But anyway, I'll break up the comments a little bit. What are you telling me, Everest, bro?
Yeah, bro. The circus goes on, right? I mean, from Kappa now Sesko to Saudi links, and then what are you like? Are you gonna have like your dick on your hands and nothing else? No strikers, nothing. Just top gunners wanking for our Arteta and nothing else.
Mhm. At this point,
It seems like.
I don't even care, bro, because I'm feeling underwhelmed anyway. The only thing that was gonna bring me back up is if you actually made some good buys, like a Eze or a Rodrigo or something of that ilk, because all of the talk is about Sesko. So it's pretty obvious that I'm not seeing nothing with Gyokeres. It's all Sesko. Pretty obvious that that's where you're going. But if you allow another club to then come and hijack it, then it's more for you, in my opinion. And it's more for you for putting out stories and allowing players to take us for idiots. Do you know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah, and let me just break down some of Igal's comments from A-listers of Don Hossam.
mhm.
So he said that trophies are overhyped because Tottenham, they placed 17th and they won a Europa League. They went into the Champions League. So, but still they sacked Ange. So that means trophies does not actually reflect your season. My question is, you haven't won trophies for almost 5 seasons, 5 years. Then how can you say that trophies are overhyped when you have not even tasted anything for quite a long time? Last
That's the
time,
mindset. That's the mindset, though, bro. Because that's why they're trying to play down trophies because we ain't had any, and they're happy to be so-called competing, finishing second place when it's not competing, in my opinion. So I think that's why they say it, bro. They're trying to downplay trophies because we ain't winning any, but we're still trying to say that we've been competitive for the last 3 years, when in reality it's probably been 2 years out of nearly six that this manager has been at the club. Just bear with me a moment. Big up the assembled. Big up E Ross. He sent ESPN notification yesterday. Fresh talks will begin with Benjamin Sesko. How the fuck? That's what I'm trying to say. We're just literally, it's like we're sending messages in a bottle or something, bro. Like, I don't know what is going on. Like, if all the work has been done, that was all the talk before. He should already be here. Like I said, I don't want him, but you guys want him. So why ain't it done? Fuck it. I'm resigned. If he's coming, then bring him then. Bring him. Why ain't he here yet then? Do you know, like, it just highlights the lies and the PR and the rubbish that is always spun about the club. Big up Mr. Robbo. Arsenal were like the girl talk on the phone. Yeah, a billion trillion hours. I don't even know what number that is. Big up Adieri. I hope I've said that right. How hi Irish man, how are you? I'm not. Well, I have got a bit of Irish in me, but I think you might be meaning Shane there. Newcastle should say, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then we normally get that same comment. I don't know why you keep putting the same one in, my bro. Obviously, you're welcome to be here, but try putting in a different comment every now and again, bro. Big up Gunner Lane, AFC, A views. You're spitting right now. I appreciate you, my bro. I appreciate you. Appreciate anyone coming through. Evo said concrete should be a swear word on this channel. This is what Fabrizio's using all the time now. He's looking like an idiot. But people like him, bro, nearly 3 million subscriptions. He's probably a millionaire in his own right, just chatting every day about other clubs and about concrete and about rumors. You know, I'm probably gonna start doing some fucking transfer videos in it. How about that? Because I'm sick of this stuff, bro. And everyone lives off of his words. Even me, I watch a lot of his videos. I'm living off of your words, bro. You know, Sesko, it is going to happen next week. This is what we hear all the time. And yet every day goes by, there's literally hours left of the transfer window, and it still ain't done. Oh, just relax. Why are we relaxing? I've said from before the season even finished last season, I don't want there to be anything to be relaxed about. Show me a change in intent. And that's what your team has done, Everest. Yeah. Because they've been a little bit gun shy in the transfer market sometimes over the years, but not this time. Not this time. And so for you, I'm pretty sure that indicates a change, don't it? I'm pretty sure you're feeling optimistic going into the season, right?
Yep, exactly.
There you go. Optimistic going into the season because your club has indicated change. They've indicated that we're doing it as quick as possible. We're trying to get things through the door. We're trying to get our targets quick and fast. And now everyone is optimistic going into. I'm seeing people on YouTube talking about City Pool is back and things like that, which it probably is. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? Yeah, Man City getting Reinders, Cherky, fucking 8 Nori, whoever. Use lot of getting Wirtz, Frimpong, probably Gyokeres, maybe a striker. Like, what are we doing? We're getting that video. We're going in the bin and we're looking for bloody rejects each and every time. Big up Gunner Lane. Yeah, they want Human Resources FC. They're AKA a great atmosphere, but how toxic and negative because they won trophies. Well, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I I want to go back to Wembley. Like I done the Carabao Cup final for Liverpool and Newcastle. I was there doing the work. Like, you think I didn't want to be there to watch the game? And like, it's crazy, bro. These are Arsenal fans, man. They're literally a plague on the team. Hendon Guna saying views on sport and all in the chat. And watching, big yourself up. I have to say that I've tuned out of all the transfer rumors and gossip. I already know it's how it's all going to end, bro. I feel like you feel, and I was even saying that to Robbo yesterday. Like, sometimes I feel like there's no motivation to do content because it's just rubbish, bro. I feel like I'm saying the same things every single day, bro. And the club is giving me nothing to feel happy about. But here we are. You know, we are on YouTube. You know, we do need to churn out some sort of content, and there is nothing else to talk about. I mean, Everest, what's going on with Gyokeres? Is that any closer? Like, what's going on at Liverpool, bro?
Uh, right now, I saw a little one article about our outgoings than our incomings. So, like Nunez to Saudi, that is a very strong link, and would love to if he goes away, so we can have some
Sorry,
budget.
is that like 80 odd million? Sorry to cut your flow.
Yeah, I think so. And obviously, Saudis give a lot of money nonetheless. They have lots of money to spare, so
Yeah.
they're gonna splash. And it depends on the player mainly if you want to go to Saudi or not. So, and we would love if you goes because we can have a lot of money for our striker business and anything else as well. We saw that we actually got a Hungarian goalkeeper as like a third choice. He's like a very young keeper who I think is in for a Golden Glove nominee as well for a young keeper. I forgot his name. It's like a Pesky or something like that. So that means we had another keeper named Jarosh. I think he's going on loan to Ajax. So another third keeper going out, another one coming in. So, and this guy is very excited to be learning from Allison as well. So obviously there's a plus point. Where we have a huge injury blow to Stevan Bajetic. So Bajetic is going to be a little bit of a problem to offload, whether he goes out on loan or we want to sell him. You can't sell an injured player already. Someone who's injured, you can't sell that to someone anybody. Yeah. And then I think Harvey Elliott, he may want to leave as well because he wants to He wants more first team action, and with all these words and Frimpong and everything else coming in, because midfield is almost settled in. Like there's gonna be like a Gravenberch, McAllister, Words, or maybe sometimes Sobos like picking up in some cases. So Harvey, it will be hard to for him to get into the team,
Mm,
whether it's in the midfield or in the wings. So it's gonna be that's why he's probably thinking of a different future, and and Luis Diaz situation is a little bit uncertain as well. So yeah, like overall, we need to get some people out who has not been performing up to par. We have to see who can actually sustain in the club because, as you said, we're going through change. We're going through a massive change. We this is the first time we are without Klopp and we are backing someone, right? We're backing a person who has come to the job, done an amazing thing by winning on the very first season,
yeah.
but he needs backing. He needs his own backing. He needs his own players. He needs a set of transfers and ambition. Main thing is ambition. What?
Well, I think you're seeing that though. I think you're seeing that. I mean, obviously, because I would
Yeah,
have said maybe someone like Ola Aina because he's on a free, he's a right back, obviously done well at Forest last season, and then you went and got Frimpong. So I think that's a slot signing. I definitely think
yeah,
that's a slot signing, and I think you are going to change the way you play as well. And I think so is Man City. I think the only one that's going to get left behind is my club as usual. I will let you come back in.
yeah.
Just
Okay,
let
okay.
me
Yeah,
read this comment. The assembled saying, if you remember, Wenger would get personal terms agreed. Then the Cronkies hired sporting directors, would negotiate a price they want, 60 million, and then offer 40. Then blame. Then Wenger gets the blame. And the thing is, right? The thing is, right, is ever since the Cronkies have been here, bro, the business has been done the same way. It doesn't matter if it's Wenger, bloody Arteta, Berta, it don't matter who it is, we're still doing the same crap. We just did it last January with Aston Villa, and here we go again. So yes, I don't disagree with that whatsoever. Gunners bigging up Hendo. I'm the same. This window is a dud. Yep, yep, yep. People are telling us, oh, we're panicking. Oh, you know, bro, I don't know, man. Tell me if I'm. Well, look, here's Gunner Lane, bro. You're not panicking. Yeah, this club is on a bro. For me, it's a joke, bro. You know, Berto's meant to come in to sort this stuff out. So if he's coming as a yes man, then I've got nothing left, bro. Ian Bill settings, I've got no hope left. Big up into the box, big yourself up, bro. Big up views, chat, Everest, all you lot, big yourself up. The link is in the chat, guys. If anyone else does want to come up, we are having a very slow afternoon today, so we don't know how long this show will go on for today, but we will see. Big up Everest every time. That's what E Ross is saying.
big up Ross.
Big up, man. Adieri's chatting to Shane. Obviously, the same comment. Like I said, you're always welcome here, guy, but the same comment, bro. I don't know if the keyboard's stuck or I don't know what's going on, but big yourself up. The assembled saying Hendon age can do that to you. Yeah, nonsense is nonsense. Arsenal are taking proper action against their fan base. Mental stability abuse issue, bro. Yes, it's definitely a psyop, bro. They just want to take money out of us. We're making them rich. Arteta's the richest he's ever been. He's never got 15.6 million a year as a player in his life. We're making him rich. We're making him a better manager. We're making the players. We're making average players rich. Do you understand? And what are the fans getting back for it? Like nothing. We're not even getting good football. Not even wins. We're not even getting good football. That's what I'm talking about. Big up Mr. Robbo. Yeah, messages via carrier pigeon, bro. Morse code. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. What's going on? I'll see if I can jump on views if you want. Yeah, the link's in the chat, bro. The link's in the chat. I'll put it back out there again. We are having a slow morning. I don't think we've had more than 20 people in today, but it is what it is, guys. I'm grateful for the people here. All that means is that it might just determine how long we go on for. That's it. So for all the people that do mess with me, I feel it from the bottom of my heart. Sometimes it can be a bit demotivating, but you guys keep me going. So big yourselves up. Big up Dio in the building. I'm gonna get to your chat in just a second, my guy, and then I'll bring Everest back in. This always does it to me, man. It's like it just skips the bloody chat. Big up Eros views. I'm with you, bro. Sick to death of this club. Yeah, man. Absolutely sick to death of it. I'm resigned, bro. I'm resigned. You're getting Sesko, fine. Just bloody bring him then, innit? Do you know what I mean? You're about to get hijacked. Like half of me is like, let them get hijacked. Just expose them for being idiots. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up Dio. Don't worry yourself, Everest. Arteta will want. I can't even say that. How do you say that?
Bachetic,
Bach-
Bachetic, I think.
Bachechi.
Bachetic.
Oh
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm not good.
Even I can't.
Yeah, I'm not good with the names, man. I'll
Yeah,
be.
man.
Don't worry, guys. Arteta will unlock Leroy Sane. Yeah, this is what we hear, isn't it? They've worked together before. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know. Big up Gunner Lane again. Sesko, 13 goals will somehow be more in the Prem. Or Dio saying he's going to get 17. He plays in the
Such
two.
a low standards, man.
Well,
13.
I don't know what to say anymore because go on, I'll let you come in on it. But like, every time I talk about it, I don't know what I'm saying, and I haven't done the eye test. I've done the eye test, bro. There's a good player there, but how on earth people can try and talk him up to be the new Haaland? There's not enough sample size for me. What's your thoughts on that, bro?
Yeah, let me start with something. Most of the top gunners say that look at this. Wenger didn't make us competitive in his last final years, blah blah blah. That
Mhm,
because of Wenger we declined, and Arteta had to get us back or whatnot. Do you know what Wenger actually did? Wenger came to your club from a Asian league. He came, he got a few French players in and combined them with Sol Campbell, Will Thord, and all of these players. He instilled fear in opponents like that. Henri, Pires, Jungberg, Bergkamp, whoever he had, those players were actually making us sick to the stomach. Remember the days when you used to like destroy other teams with goals.
mhm,
Your current team is nowhere close to being that fearful. None of the other rival clubs actually fear what Arteta is cooking up. Yes, you have a lot of really good players, but you do not make fearful of us. You do not make us fearful of you.
mhm,
And what actually was quite exciting is when you jumped from fifth to second. At that time, you were playing really good football. You were scoring, you're outscoring everybody. You were actually showing really good progress. But then what happened? Oh, you saw that you were conceding a lot of goals. You changed up the entire tactic so much that even your players got confused, and you actually declined from that 2023 season, I believe, just 2 seasons ago. So this shows regression, and don't let this regression go unnoticed. And obviously you have to change it when the iron is hot. You If you even want to bring in some players, bring those players keeping in mind of your future manager, not your current manager. You have to think about the long term plan. If you don't have it, then you're not going to actually bring any silverware, no matter what it is.
mhm, mhm. Facts, bro. Absolute facts. Big up the assembled. He said Adieri, the only clubs doing their business properly are Liverpool and City. Yeah, everyone else is chasing the other three Champions Leagues. But there you go. Even Chelsea dilly dallying. I was like, bro, if you want this goalkeeper, just go and get him, bro. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, yes, sometimes it can be good business and sometimes it can be bad business because you lose out on the player. So, make of that what you will. Big up Dio, Mr. Sesko's agent. Here we go. Sesko will actually be good though. Don't be buying the jersey after the first 10 games. I never will, bro. I never will, bro. And all that kind of stuff, bro. Don't be doing this, don't be doing that. I can do whatever I like, Dio. We got respect here, bro. But no one can ever tell me how to support my club, bro. Yeah, no, just like with the top gooners trying to tell me about say sorry because we beat Real Madrid. Fuck off. Where are you telling me sorry after the semi-final of the Carabao? Where are you telling me sorry after the first round of the FA Cup? Where are you telling me sorry after we ain't even been first in the league this season? And this ain't a dig at you personally, bro. But that whole angle, oh, don't be saying this now when he comes and bangs. Nah, bro, I don't want to hear none of that, bro. I don't want to hear none of that. Because everyone in football, bro, all the professional people that play football, all the people that commentate on football, they've all said Gyokeres is ready now. Everyone in world football knows that it's a more calculated risk. There's some people that are trying to talk up Sesko, and fair play. There is a player there. But Ibrahimovic, Haaland, are you having a laugh? We've had nowhere near a big enough sample size for that. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm never, even if he does come and rip it up, I'm never going to be hearing, what you saying now. Because I'll still stand by my argument. Gyokeres is more of a calculated risk. He's more of a ready now. We need a statement. And Sesko's a potential player. He's not a statement player.
Oh,
So,
bro, you just reminded me. You just reminded me. Hussam was doing a joint stream with Martin, the Manchester City fan. And someone in the super chat actually wrote that Sesko is closer to Neymar than to Darwin Nunez.
Mm.
I just face palm like this. I just put my palm on my forehead. Like, what is this guy? This is not even a troll. I thought, okay, you could say that, okay, he was just trying to, anger people. What do you get by angering a Liverpool fan and a Man City fan by saying that Sesko is closer to Neymar? And how can you even say that? There in no way in Galaxy someone can be closer to Neymar in this current situation. Has people forgotten what Neymar actually did?
People forget a lot of things, bro. People are trying to talk about Arteta ball being better than Graham, and bro, people are sacrilegious, bro. My man talking about Sesko slander, bro. Like, I ain't gonna have to do nothing. And if you don't agree with what I say, bro, then it is what it is. You don't have to agree with it, bro. I don't have to do anything. I want my club to make statements. Liverpool are buying Wirtz. Man City are making statements. We're buying another fucking potential player. And that is just the facts at the end of the day. That is the facts at the end of the day. And that's it. And when most of the football world tells you the same thing, there's no way, bro. Everyone can see it. There's no way, bro. Man said I can jump on, got no cam. Well, if you want to come on, bro.
No,
Obviously,
Dio put a latest comment that people did not say Sesko is Neymar. He said that Sesko is closer to Neymar than to Darwin Nunez. Even saying that is a complete disrespect to Neymar. That cannot be said at the same, like, the name Sesko and Neymar cannot be said at the same sentence. That's what I'm saying.
did it, bro? Bro, the mutant channel was saying Sesko and Anelka in the same sentence. I've heard other
Oh
people
God.
talking about Sesko and Ibrahimovic in the same sentence. Like, what on earth are we doing? Like, people love to just jump out the window a bit too quick, bro. There's nowhere near enough sample size to be talking about those names. And as E. Ross says, for 80 million. Thing is, if they were in Champions League, right, or anywhere in Europe, and we still wanted him, they'd probably try and charge more money. When for 59.8 Great British pounds, you can go and buy a ready-made striker in Gyokeres right now. Like, and people are saying that I'm mad. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Big up Wahaha. Who's going to get 20 goals when the main supplier is Odegaard? Well, people keep saying Odegaard needs a proper striker. Odegaard needs a proper striker. So we're going to have to wait and see, aren't we? Because there's always an excuse. And even buying Sesko is an excuse in itself because he's 21, 22. He's young. He's going to need time. He ain't going to come and hit the ground running. That's why you try and get an Osherman or a Sesko, because you expect them to hit the ground running. It's not difficult, guys. It's not rocket science, man. The assembled saying views. That's my point. Everyone keeps blaming Wenger, but everyone forgets he was a winner when he got to the Emirates. Personally, he got chiefed off by the. He did. He said that himself.
Exactly.
He said that
Exactly.
himself. But what Wenger did do is he was taking it too personal, and he wasn't throwing anyone under the bus, which is commendable.
Yeah.
But then it is going to make everyone blame you. That
Blame.
is that, that's part of
Yeah,
that.
he did two things wrong. One is that he was defending the club a bit too much, and the thing is he overstayed. That was the problem. He overstayed. He should have left way earlier. That's actually something I actually commend Klopp for. Klopp knew he was overstaying, and he just bounced off. He knew that he could not keep up with all the pressure, and he knew fan base was eventually they will start questioning him if he did not deliver the major silverware, and if we were not signing proper transfer windows, not having, like, players like Wirtz, and Klopp wouldn't have been given Wirtz money. So, but he would have probably defended the Cronkies or something.
Mm-hmm,
So yeah, that would
mm-hmm,
have become a problem. So
mm-hmm,
he did not overstay.
mm-hmm. This is what happens. This is what happens. But Arteta, there's no way he's not gonna overstay, because, like I said, he's never had money like this. So there's no way we're gonna have to personally, like, kidnap him and get rid of him that way. Wahaha say boys saying Arteta got scared of attacking football. He did. This guy's for Everton. He is. We agree on most things except for the Sesko thing. Like I said, bro, I'm not saying that the guy's a bad player. He's just unfortunate. Right now, we don't need prospects, bro. I don't understand I don't understand what's so hard to understand about that one point. we're talking about calculated risks and the money that we're going to spend. And I hear from top gooners and other Arsenal fans, oh, but we've got resale value. I don't care about any of that. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to get a gunman at the club. We're gonna miss out on Gyokeres. He's gonna be playing for another team, and it is gonna hurt. It is gonna hurt. But like I said at the start of the stream, even if you want Sesko, I don't. But if you don't want him, cool. Why is he not here yet? Then you've done all the talking, all the groundwork, all the homework. That's what I'm saying. Big up the assembled Wahaha. If Odegaard is the answer, please tell me what the question is. Well, there you go, bruv. But even saying that is that's a bad take, you know. Oh no, we can't get rid of the teachers' pets. People like Havertz, Odegaard, these are the people that are actually affecting our progress as a club, because we're not buying the players to come in, or we don't want to give them too much competition because they might actually lose it, and then that way we don't get no competition at the club. So we're just smashing ourselves up, man. Big up Dio. I know View's gonna buy the jersey when he sees the Sesko hat trick, left foot, right foot header. I saw one of those perfect hat tricks in the compilation. I've seen the compilations. I just see the same old goals because there isn't a big sample size, is there? This is my point. This is my point. I see that he's got a bit of pace. I see that he's got a header. Wow. You're telling me he's going to score 17 goals, bro. And he ain't even got that in the Bundesliga. I don't know how he's going to do that in the Prem. I'm just saying. Cool, you can say that, but for me, that's more like a feeling. That's more like I feel that he's going to do that. You can't logically tell me, yeah, he's going to come and bang. But if you've got someone who's scoring 50 odd goals and say Portuguese league tax, even if you take off 30 plus, he's still going to get 20 goals. Like, this guy knows where the goal is. But anyway, I'm doing the same thing Everest is doing. Hand on my forehead. Yeah, big up, man. Man said, which Neymar? Big up Dio. Where do you, man, find these people saying Sesko? I've never seen that. Obviously, Everest said it. I never saw that. But I did on AFTV, my guy. Go and watch the fucking podcast of Voldemort and the Walking Malteser. And they're comparing him to Anelka, bro. Anelka. That is slander. The Wahaha said Neymar was so good, best player to watch for a long time. Yeah, definitely like Ronaldinho. He was one of my favorite players ever that I actually got to see in person, like crazy. Sesko can't even tie Anelka's boots, bro. I totally agree. The Assembled says, question. Can you please tell me, since Arsenal got to the Emirates, can you remember when Arsenal were fully prepared for the new season? Never, ever, ever. I.e. signing, bedding in new players, the first team playing together. Yeah, I can't. I mean, there was a time when we got, I think, Timber, and who else came in that window? Was it Rice? We had a few players, but it still wasn't fully complete. But I think that was probably the closest. But yes, in the 20 odd years that we've been at the Emirates, or nearly 20 years, we've never had a good window, bro. Never complete. Never ever complete. I mean, obviously he's asked me a question. I don't know how you're going to answer it as a Liverpool fan, but I mean, you can chime in if you want to.
I guess we always had incomplete transfer windows as well. I mean, obviously, we're as fans will never be that satisfied because we would want like at least two players in every position. That is one of our mentality of having like a complete squad depth or whatever. Like we want to see ourselves as City so that we can rotate different times whenever they had a huge squad, but we will never have that ever. But the thing is that it's more of like quality as well, because we want to replace someone like for like in a way that the quality is not declining in that position. So uh, a lot of the times, yes, in even during Klopp's era, we have felt like we have not had decent transfer windows, especially after what we saw that how the players were performing. But I would say that no, I guess uh, having them perform together is a thing that matters as well. But at the end of the day, man, eye test is needed. Whenever they're together, let's let them loose on the pitch. They can do whatever they want, and they can prove me wrong. I said I'm Mr. Pessimistic. I do not want to. Obviously, I'm going to back the players to get the job done. But unless you are showing me absolute evidence on the pitch that yes, you are doing something uh, that is notable, that is commendable, then
mm,
I'm going to back you. I'm going to support you wholeheartedly. Like look at Lee. Lee always uh, praises McAllister. Why? There is a reason behind it. I didn't used to think like that. I thought that okay, maybe yeah, Alexis was a smart transfer because around like 45 million we got him for decently cheap because it was his release clause. We just paid it and we got him. But now I see that yes, he is actually making significant impact on the pitch. So yeah, eye test is definitely needed.
mm. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Big up Wahaha. It's too early to compare Sesko to anyone, be it Anelka or Hoyler. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. None have any merit at this. That's what I'm saying, bro. He's had 16 goals in the Austrian Bundesliga. He got 14 goals in his first season. And then they were trying to say that last season was his breakout season, but he got 13 goals in that season. But apparently, he was contributing a lot more on the field in terms of presence and other stuff like that, linking up with a Penda and things like that. Listen, like I said, yeah, there's a good player there, but again, it's just the wrong time. It's the wrong time. He shouldn't be the main guy, but you're making him the main guy. And that's where the issue comes from. That's the biggest issue. That's where it is. Big up Eros. They are never prepared. Yep. Always missing a piece. Yeah. Because what they do, guys, is we're trying to do the puzzle. Yeah, so we take from one end to fix the other end, and then we've got both ends missing. This is what we do all the time. Even now, we're talking about Rodrigo, and they're talking about selling a marquee player like a Saliba or a Gabriel. Why would we need to do that? Once again, taking from the defense that we've built to add to the attack. It makes no damn sense. And this is what we do. Ronald McDonald business, man. McDonald's business. Big up the assembled. He said, Eros Anelka, the supporters of today will withstand and say anything, apparently. Hagler versus Hearns was on the same level as Dubois versus AJ. A great example. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Whitewashing history. Some people are saying they're so impressed with Arteta, it's better than the Wenger and Graham days. Like, are you on crack? Are you on actual crack? I don't understand what they're looking at. I really don't. I think I read that one. Big yourselves up. Big up Mr. Robbo. Same as a gal saying trophies don't matter. Exactly. This is it's pathetic. Pathetic mentality. Big up Mr. Robbo. And go and watch our show yesterday. It's on his channel now. We had a good show, me and Mr. Robbo, so go and check that out. Big up Peppermint Freedom, bigging up views in the chat, standard procedure. You know how we do it, bro. Big yourself up, Peppermint. It's bigging up Everest as well. Thank you for passing through. Eros is agreeing with the assemble. Why not in the building? Hope you're good, bro. I don't think I've seen you in here for a couple of days anyway, or maybe I'm just getting a bit confused. But big yourself up, bro. Big yourself up. Big up Peppermint. Everyone's getting the dappins, and Vigilante is in the building, man. Big up views and Everest. Big yourself up, bro. Link is in the chat. I don't know, maybe another half an hour because it hasn't been as flowing as I like it. But sometimes you have an off day, people. Sometimes people are at work. Sometimes people feel sick. But for the people that are here with me, I appreciate you. Make sure you guys are hitting the like for me. Let's see if we can at least get to 20. I don't think we're going to get to 30 today, but we will definitely try. So I asked the question, Everest, man, like for Arsenal, is it the most important transfer window yet? I mean, by the actions of the club, the answer would probably be no. But from the outside in, do you feel like it's important for Arsenal, or do you feel like we're just panicking and it's only the first little bit of the window?
There is no turning back from this. You have to get this correctly. You have to get this transfer window bang on. Otherwise, you may decline, or otherwise Arteta has to go. That's the main thing. Arteta must go if he cannot get a successful transfer window, and if he cannot actually compete with City and Liverpool, because there is no turning back from this. As I said, the circus is going for way too long. 5.5 years of him being here, not getting any sort of silverware apart from that FA Cup that he won with Emery's team. And when he got his own actual team, he managed to do fuck all. So what is the actual progression going on? Now, is he going to count the two charity shields now? The two community shields he won, is he going to count that and say that, oh yes, I actually won 3 trophies? Do you know community shield is not even like there is no tournament in this. They just pick two teams and they fight each other for, and it's not even a trophy. It's like a plate.
Mm,
So why are we actually bigging up something that has no significant meaning?
mm,
And I just recently learned that there was actually a draw in a community shield match, and the two teams actually shared that trophy, shared that cup. So that means it actually holds of no value. So why are we thinking about Arteta, and why are we thinking about all of this stuff? The truth is that transfer window has to go in accordance with you, because okay, June transfer window is gone. Today is the last day. Now you have to go to July and actually get a marquee signing. That's the main thing. Like, okay, you have lost this window. You have, what is done and cannot be undone. But when it is July, not only you have to get Zubimendi done, but also you have to get Rodrigo done. You have to
mm,
get either Gyokeres or Sesko done. You have to get another person done who can pitch in from the attacking position.
yeah.
Like, you have so many things to still do while actually clearing out your own mess, because there are some players that you need to get rid of, not because they're bad, but because they're eating up the wage book,
Mm-hmm.
because the new players you're bringing in, they're going to be very, very expensive, and so many left backs are definitely not necessary. You have 5 or 6 left backs. Why?
We
you
don't.
you
We don't. We do, but we don't at the same time. He's tried to make everyone into a Swiss Army knife. It's just like when the gal come on shows and said we've only got 3 midfielders. We don't. Wanyeri's a 10, Skelly's a 8. Like, stop all of this bollocks. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just because he wants to have these Swiss Army knives all around the place. And like I said, it's like, when you really break it down, Zinchenko's not a left back. He plays 10 for his country. He can play in midfield. So yes, you're right, but at the same time, it's not as clear cut as that, if you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, no, but you are right. You are right. But at the same time, there is answers. And I said that on Robbo's stream yesterday, because obviously he was like, there's no cover, there's no midfielders. When there is, there is. Big up Dio. Let me just read a couple of these comments and I'll bring you in, bro. Big up Why Not? He's saying Sesko hype. Gyokeres scored 40 and 100 in the championship, which in my opinion is the output I would expect it, bro. And people keep underestimating that as well. Even getting 17 in the championship, I think that's decent. But there you go. But like I said, with Gyokeres, there's just more of a sample size. He's older. There would be. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just logic for me. Big up Mr. Robbo, big up Eros, big up Vigilante, big yourself up. Why not? Hendon in the building. Transfer window closes today for the Club World Cup. Yes, it does, in a matter of hours. And then it will open again, I think, the 15th or the 16th of June, I think. I'm not sure. Gavin in the building. Big yourself up, broski. Hope you're well today. Please hit the like for me. Eros is bigging up Hendon. Hendon saying this is not the most important transfer window because Arteta is still the manager. And look, and I agree on that, right? And a lot of people say this, like, oh, it don't matter who he gets, he's going to ruin them. But it don't matter. We still need players. What does that mean? Because Arteta's going to ruin them, don't get any players. Then we're going to be stuck with the same small squad that can't get across the line. What the point I'm trying to make with this is that the arrival of Berta is meant to signify the players we start buying now is for the club and not for Arteta. Whereas Sesko is very much an Arteta signing, whereas a Gyokeres or a Osherman, for me, would signify a club signing. Because if this man can't get the magic out of them, then when you get sacked, a competent manager will be able to get the magic out of them. And that's where I'm coming from. For me, it's not hard to understand. And I'm not saying that Hendon's wrong or even someone like Shane. That's my bro. Shane says it all the time. It don't matter who we get. Arteta will ruin them. But what does that mean? That we don't go and buy anyone? Because then it's just going to be even worse. So the same argument I have when people say we're just giving him the rope to hang himself, I understand the logic and I respect it, but it don't make me have a good feeling in my tummy, bro. It don't mean I've got a year to waste. Like, I could get hit by a bus tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? I ain't got a year to waste while you lot are doing politics. So for the same reason, and that's why I'm going to say for Hendo's comment, and it's a valid comment, by the way, I'm not dismissing it. You are right. Arteta is a terrorist. However, we need to start planning for beyond him. And we can't waste windows and waste time in our lives fucking about doing politics, doing WWE storylines and stuff. We ain't got time for it. Like I said, what are we, a petri dish? We haven't got time for experiments, guys, in my opinion. But anyway, let me bring in Dio because he's been waiting patiently, bro. What you telling me, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me try and turn you up a little bit, man. Try and turn you up. Yeah, go on, speak again, bro.
Yeah, man. What up? What up? What up?
Yeah, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. What you telling me, man? Sesko's agent in the building, bro. You
I
telling
just
me,
said,
big man?
man. I just see the talent, and I appreciate the talent. Look, I don't consider Sesko a prospect where other people do. Like he's already got all the ingredients. You just have to put him in the team. It's the same thing with Gyokeres. I mean, Sesko's just in the worst team. And Gyokeres in the least league. Putting that aside, you just have to put Sesko in the team. If you put him in Leipzig and they have to use Openda, oh, now you have to try and create for Openda. Now the stats are going to look funny. You can't be looking at stats.
It's like the mic has gone down a little bit. I did try and turn you up. You're coming in and out, bro. I think I've got the gist of what you're saying. You don't consider him a prospect, and you think he's just the same as Gyokeres, which is fair. Which is fair in your opinion. But like I said, like the facts don't have feelings in their stomach. Like the facts are that Gyokeres is older than him. He's got a bigger sample size than him. Sesko is still a prospect until he actually comes and does something somewhere. I understand he needs the chance to do that, Dio. I definitely understand that. And I'm saying, and I've said to you, and I've said to my chat, I don't think he's a bad player. I don't. I don't. But I do have to say, after only 3 seasons, 16 in the Austrian Bundesliga, 14 and 13. It's the Bundesliga. I'd probably give the Bundesliga a little bit more credit than Portugal. However, we've seen what Gyokeres has done in the Championship. We've seen what he's done internationally. We've seen what he's done in the Champions League. I'm pretty sure he's won back-to-back leagues in Portugal now, and he's older, so the sample size is a lot bigger. So as while I look at Gyokeres and say, compared to the strikers of old, Gyokeres ain't even nothing. Do you know what I mean? But we ain't doing that anymore. We're looking at what we've got. And that's why I will still put Sesko in the argument. But for me, bro, the facts still remain that he is a prospect until otherwise. The fact that you feel that he's not is fair play. You're obviously seeing something, the eye test, you're seeing something you like. I've seen stuff I like. I think he's got very good footwork for someone so tall. I was surprised by that. However, I'm pretty sure we could have 18 people in the building. Do any of you feel the same as Dio that Sesko at this point in time is no longer a prospect and he's established in world football? Is that basically what you're saying, bro?
I wouldn't say he's established, but he's on the cut.
Mm, mm,
For us, get
mm.
some football in our team, and people will be like, "Oh, look at the talent. What was the stress all along? Why were we stressed about this player?"
See, do you know what it is, Dio? I just don't know. I just don't understand how you're so calm, bro. Can you not see the angle? Like where Arsenal, like we're always raiding Chelsea's bin, and we're always like, other teams are shopping at Marks and Spencers, and we're shopping at Iceland. I don't know where you live, Dio, so I'm not going to assume that you know those. But one's quite a high end supermarket, and the other one is for the people kind of like on benefits and stuff like that, right? So are you not sick of that? Do you not agree with me that, like, business wise, right? All right, let's just forget Gyokeres and Sesko for a minute. Like, Arsenal have been linked with Rodrigo, but it's more likely we're going to rock up with Sane. Are you not sick of things like that, bro? Do you not see
That
that
is
angle that I'm saying?
that is a problem. Look, us getting Kepa, us getting Sane, possibly these. This is a major problem. We should have moved on from these types of stuff. I don't know.
I can hear one, two words, and then the rest of it goes quiet. I don't know if you've got like a
All
headset.
right, all right. Let me get out and jump back in.
But see, that sounds good. How you're talking now sounds
Yeah,
fine.
right now it was actually perfect.
Yeah, so
It
maybe
was
it's
perfect.
because the mic ain't
Okay,
close to your mouth. Maybe I don't know.
okay. What was I saying now? Look,
Uh,
the signing of Kepa
yeah,
and the signing of possibly Sane. I don't know what the club is doing there.
right.
That's not my business.
Okay.
All right. That's not my business. That's not your business. We're looking at this like, what the fuck is this? I
Mhm,
thought we had moved on from all of this stuff, but now clearly we haven't. We're still
mhm,
doing that. But
mhm,
Sesko is talent. So us even being linked with Sesko, even though there's concrete talk, says Fabrizio, and all that,
mhm.
that's surprising to me. I'm surprised we're doing that. The surprise to me is we're even going for Sesko. We could possibly be going for Gyokeres if we miss Sesko. That's the surprise. I thought we would be, I don't know, getting Watkins. I thought we would really be getting Watkins right.
The joke is, right, even if Arsenal came out and said, that was their main target, I could actually understand that a little bit more than Sesko. If you was to get Sesko and Watkins, or Gyokeres and Sesko, or Osherman and Sesko, I could completely understand it. I really could. And I would have no issue against it. But when we need a gunman, we can't just rely that maybe he will bang. And for all the good points that you're making, Dio, and you are making good ones, the fact still remains. When you take feelings out of it and eye test out of it, the fact remains that he isn't an established striker in world football. And as you just said, I thought we was going past a certain stage where we're not DDFC. It shouldn't just be about kids. We need to win. We need to win now. And like you said, someone like Osher, no, I'm not even saying Gyokeres. It could have been a Julian Alvarez. It could have been an Osherman. It's an established world striker.
We'll never get Alvarez.
Listen,
Yeah,
forget the bloody clause. That's not what I'm trying to say, guys. I'm just using it as an example of the type of quality that we need to be looking for. Do you understand? We shouldn't be searching in the bin anymore, or searching for that might actually bang. We need something to. That's just my opinion, anyway. That is just my opinion. I know that we are going to have difference of opinion, and this is what this show is
All
for.
right, let me consider the future building aspects of this, right? So we're stuck with Arteta right now, right? We can't necessarily help that. I'm of the belief they're gonna give him a year extension, so we'll have him for 3 more years, and they're not gonna sack him unless something goes catastrophically wrong. So future building, we get Gyokeres now. Arteta fails to win for 3 more seasons, and then Arteta's out, managed to win, and now new managers on a timeline. You've got to do this while Gyokeres is still here, man. That's that can't really continue. You get Sesko, then Arteta fails, guy comes in.
You've gone low again, bro. I think you have to
yeah,
go
you're
back to the mic.
Hmm.
I don't know what's going on. So you might have see like what Everest is doing. He's holding his thing close to his mouth.
yeah.
I don't know if you've got headphones like that, bro. But you was pretty clear a moment ago, and then it's gotten a bit foggy again.
And I want to,
Go on, check
I'll
me,
give
bro.
a little bit of my opinion on the Sesko or Gyokeres or whatever. The thing is that you do not have right now the time to go for any talent. You have to get someone who has already been proven, and you have to hope that Arteta can get lots of goals out of him. Because Sesko, yes, I hear that you're thinking of the next manager or whatever, or you're thinking that okay, if Arteta goes away, then Rashid, big up, man.
Big up, big up, familiar. We look saying, what are we talking about? What are
Yeah,
we talking about today?
yeah. So Dio is Sesko's lawyer, and Dio is trying to convince us that Sesko would probably be a future talent that we will need for the team and whatnot. And I was just saying that right now we need gunmen, not like a talent that may probably be a future maybe striker that is better. So yeah.
What's views saying? What are you saying on this views?
Bro, you know my thing on Sesko. Like, look, you know my thing on it. Yeah, I'm beyond that point. I'm beyond that point over opportunities outside, big yourself out of prospects and things like that. I'm beyond that. I'm beyond that point. You turn that down a bit.
Rashid, you may need to mute yourself, brother.
Yeah, I think he's by
Oh, my bad.
the train
No
or
worries.
but yeah, no, because like I
Apologies.
said, no worries, bro, no worries, bro. You're always welcome on here, my guy. But like I said, I just feel like Arsenal's at the point now where they keep telling us to be excited, and Arteta's getting goosebumps about the window, and you've made your plans, and we're ready, and all this stuff, and here we are dithering. So I'm tired of the PR. Where I am is I'm at the stage where Arsenal are going to get left behind if they don't take their hands out of their pockets, right? We're going to get left behind. Yeah, City Pool is probably back for next season. Chelsea, they're going to be a threat next season. Newcastle will be a threat next season. Man United might be a lot better. I don't think they're going to be a threat in terms of the top 4, but in terms of top 8, top 6, they could be there or thereabouts. It's not going to be easy to roll up there and take points off them no more. So for me, I'm at the point where Arsenal need to make statements now. I'm tired of Best Buy. I'm tired of generic brands. I want the real deal. If get me paracetamol, don't get me some generic brand I've never heard of. I want the real deal. That's what I'm talking about. So that's where I'm at now. Gyokeres is the real deal. No matter how many people want to poo-poo him, you can't. In terms of the strikers that are available in world football, you're an idiot if you try and say that Gyokeres is mid. We've had loads of sample size. Yeah, 2 times champion in Portugal.
Facts.
Yeah, smashing it up at 6 in 8 in the Champions League, scores goals internationally, scored 40 odd goals in 2 seasons in the Championship. I do not need any more convincing, and no one else should. Do you understand? Just like Osherman, just like Tony, wherever they go, they are expected to score goals, and that's where I'm at. I want a striker. I can expect you to score goals from day dot one. That's what I expect. Just like I want Rodrigo, because I expect you to come in and light it up from day dot one. Not Sane, who's washed up, not some young guy who we might have to give a bit of time. That's where I'm at. So, and I will say this before I let Rashid come in. You know, I feel bad on Sesko because when I watch him, there is a player there. There is. But it's just you're just not the main guy. If you're coming in as number one, then that's not where we're at. If you're coming in as number two, along with a Gyokeres or a Tony or a Osherman or players of that ilk, and I say Julian Alvarez, I know he's got a mad release clause, but I'm saying players of that ilk. Yeah. If you're coming in to back them up as future proofing, like Dio says, I ain't got no problem with it. But if you're coming
Arteta
in,
should have convinced. He should
Go
have
on.
convinced Sesko to sign last season, but he failed at that. He failed at convincing various other players to sign. It's just like that. As
he is
long
the
as we got
problem.
Arteta here, it's just gonna be a fuckery
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, he is the problem. He is the problem. But Rashid, what do you think about this? Because I'm at the stage now where I'm like, look, the reason I'm asking for these players is, and Shane said it, that's my bro. Congratulations on the 1K as well. Clean through one-on-one later on tonight. So watch out for that. But he says it don't matter who Arteta gets, he's going to ruin them. And I get the point. But we now need to be building for time beyond Arteta. Because if we keep giving this guy money to spend on the players that he wants, and let's have it right, the history of that isn't very good, is it, guys? 30 plus players, maybe only 9 that have come good. Yeah. Then he's going to put us in a worse position. When Klopp left Liverpool, he never left them in a worse position. When Arteta leaves us, he's going to leave us in a worse position. That's why I want players that can be here, even if they don't fit into his system, but they're going to be here beyond Arteta. Rashid, what are you telling me, bro?
I'm worried, bro. I'll be real. I'm very worried because we're not making club signings like I thought. See, I thought when Berta signed that we'll start making club signings. Instead, we're still making Arteta signings, which doesn't make sense to me. I was yesterday with the whole man them on Lee's channel. He was telling me that I'll be better out if we get Garnacho. Can I blame him? No. We're just seeing. Do you know what I'm saying? We just seeing. We're seeing the same kind of signings that we saw the first year, the second year, and the third. Do you know what I'm saying? If you asked me, views, if I was to ask you, who would you think if Arteta's right next to us, who would you think he would pick from Gyokeres and Sesko? Your answer will probably. Do you know what I'm saying?
Because he fancies
your
him.
answer will probably Sesko.
Yeah.
He likes him.
Yeah, bro.
You don't even
go
have
on,
to
go on.
think about it. You know he's picking Sesko.
I know he's picking.
Although if you were to ask who's Arteta picking between Gyokeres and Havertz, who's he picking?
Say that again, Gyokeres. He's probably picking Havertz. That's what I'm trying to say. He's anti-football, guys. I understand that. But all I'm saying is I feel like us fans and the club, like we're not in a petri dish, innit? We're not bio waste. We're not hazardous material. Like what's with all this experiment? Like I'm 41 years old. I can walk out my door and get hit by a car tomorrow, or I might not even wake up. That's the facts of it. I ain't got time for you lot to be experimenting. That's my point. That's why that's the angle that I'm coming off. That's why I don't feel calm. People are telling me I'm just panicking. I'm being hyperbolic. That's what they tell me, guys. So that's why I come on. That's why we have the intervention. That's why I want to hear from other fans. Am I panicking? Do you guys think? Do you think go on?
Did they tell you?
Go on, bro.
Facts.
No, go on. You're gonna say something.
Just started.
Rashid.
The transfer just started. That's what they're gonna tell you. They tell you, oh, it just started. Don't panic. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's 10 days in.
Yeah, like they'll just say 10 days in. Yeah, that's what they'll probably say. But I'm seeing other teams sign like 3-4 players. City on a matting. Liverpool, same thing. Like they're not waiting for anybody else. They're not dilly-dallying on the whole situation like us.
Mm.
Oh, Zubamendi. And guess what? You man heard about Zubamendi. We're going to pay Zubamendi 55 million. Sorry. We're going to pay for Zubamendi 55 million instead of 51 because we're going to do the Klarna thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to pay in installments. So it's going to be an extra 4 million on that. And the other day or yesterday, a guy was saying, oh, we're saving money on Kepa. We're buying him for 5 mil. Well, now you bought it for 9 mil. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're paying in installments for my man, Zubamendi. We lost another 4 million. Do you know what I'm saying? I know teams out there that would use that 4 million and get at least one player out there. I know it's very hard nowadays, inflation, blah blah blah. You can't buy potential, but I feel like you can. I feel like you can buy a couple of players that are potential. If it does not work out, flip it. If it does not work out, flip it. In Sesko's case, I'm sorry, is he gonna be worth more than whatever 93 million? We're buying him for how much? About 88 million, 85 million. He'll never be the same. He'll never be, especially under this manager. You can't flip him. You can't flip him for that amount of money. So neither is he potential or is he a made player. Because even if he is a potential, how many players have you seen really succeed under this manager? 3, 4?
That's a good point.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So you can't flip him. And he's not going to succeed under this manager because we've seen how many strikers have played for under this manager. Well, 2, and the other strikers that he played, and they didn't do well. We're talking about a 20+ goal striker. We don't want no 15, 12 goal striker because we could have kept Lacazette for that shit. Lacazette could have scored 12.
Or just keep Moreno up there, innit? Or Havertz, do you know what I mean? Which are both midfielders, by the way. Both are midfielders. Let me get through a couple of these comments anyway before I bring you guys back in. The Assemble saying the most important window is the next one. Arsenal are forever chasing their own tails as it's a complete circle of deceit and money making. Yep, leave them one more. That's what I'm saying. And money making, leave them. That's what money laundering and human trafficking. That's what I say, guys, because they make so much money. They make so much money. And we're always rocking up like we've got a hole in the bucket and all the money's gone now. And this is what really annoys me. I just want one good window, guys. You know, the Conkeys can put in 109 million a year. They don't do that. If anything, they take money out every year. Big up Hendon, he's saying brightening up and hotting up here in London. Yeah, I'm seeing the sun coming out a little bit. Big up Dre. Yeah, so saying good weather on the cards. Big up Why Not? It's bigging up Hendon. Hendon's bigging up Why Not? Let me just see if there's anything else worth bringing up here. And then we'll get some final views and we'll start to wrap up soon because I know it's getting to after school times. And people are going to start rolling in. Question, there we go. Where did Ian Wright and Vardy come from? Hey, championship. There you go. Natural goal scorer and the hardest player to find. So when you see one, buy them. That is a great point. Not even just that, but where did where did Eze come from? Where did Dan Burn come from? Where did Elise come from? You understand what I'm saying? These are all championship players, bro. Ollie Watkins.
Views, you're forgetting the big one. Where did Harry Kane come from?
Well, there you go. There you go. Mic drop. Do you know what I'm saying? Wissa, all of these people, bro. All of these people that were playing down in the championship before, and now they're blowing up the Premiership because they're used to England. The championship's hard. It's physical. It ain't flipping easy. If anything, it's probably harder than Portugal. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, yeah, man. Crazy. But that's a great point, Assemble. Big yourself up. Hendon saying views on sport. My point that Arteta will not sign the actual quality players we need. No. That's what I'm saying. So everyone's right. Arteta will ruin the players we get through the door. Maybe even Sesko. Although I don't know how he can ruin him because I feel like he's just going to want to put loads of crosses in the box, which is a tactic. But in 2025, Stoke, like, it's a bit mad to me. So no, so you are right. He will not sign the actual quality. He might ruin the quality that comes through. But
you know what it is, views. Can I just intervene in this? It's called intervention, right?
Intervene, my brother.
So you know this thing like where you cross the ball to Sesko, it is an idea, to be honest. It is an idea. But if it's the solo idea, we've tried it already this season. We want to see these 74 formations. I want to see more than one idea. I don't want to see only plan A because we've seen when plan A doesn't work. And against some teams that will put 5 at the back, it will not work. It might work with the 4, but some teams that would, most teams that are going against us, they're gonna lock a low block. They're gonna low block, mid block us. They already know what Arsenal are about. they've seen this season and the season before. This is how you stop Arsenal. That's the only way. Do you know what I'm saying? How did teams you used to beat City back in the day? Well, not back in the day, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. How? Low block, hit on the counter. That's how it is. There's a lot of teams that are gonna play the low block, and when they play the low block, this cross and hope is not going to work.
But
It's not
that's an
gonna work.
Arteta problem. That's not a Sesko problem.
Yeah, but the conversion rate for Sesko is not that is not that good. Because
Nah, but
I've heard
if Arteta is buying Sesko to spam crosses at him, then sack him. Sack the manager.
Why else do you think he is, bro? Why else do you think he'd buy Sesko over Gyokeres? That's what I'm asking.
Arteta needs to be buying players to play football on the ground. That's what his philosophy actually needs. But if he's not doing that, he's gonna have to go.
Bro, did you see that last season? Because it was like Crossomania, bro. Like WrestleMania to his Crossomania, bro. That's all we was doing.
Throw-mania. He's doing the long throws as well. The long throw shit was insane.
There you go, my bro. So we turned into Stoke. So of course he wants Sesko. He's 6'5". He has got a good header. I was watching his compilations last night. So
I'll tell you what the vision is, man. I'll tell you what the vision is.
Yeah, go on.
Anka's gonna do the long throw. Partey does the long throw. It's gonna be headed by Marino, then headed by Havertz, and then headed by Sesko into goal. It's the vision.
2025, guys. Like Arteta is anti-football. So I agree. Arteta is the problem. Everyone's right here. Everyone's right. Shane's right. Dio's right. Hendon's right in terms of Arteta's not going to sign the quality. Big up RACHID. He just fell out there, but always welcome back, my bro. I don't think I'm going to go on too much longer anyway. But everyone is right. Arteta is the problem. My point is, and this is all I'm trying to get through to everyone, is we ain't got time to wait. So Berta coming in for me was meant to signify that we're going to start doing things for the Arsenal instead of the Arteta, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? And like I said, I feel like Sesko, there we go. I feel like Sesko is he's like a victim of circumstance a little bit, if you know what I mean, because we want a statement signing, but Arteta obviously really wants Sesko and failed to get him last season. So obviously he's going to come back in for him again today. And it's not correlating in what the fans actually want. So I don't feel like anyone at the club has got their finger on the pulse. And that's what I'm trying to say. So I understand what you're saying. And Arteta is a terrorist. He is going to ruin all of these players. But you just said it, bro. Future-proofing. We've got to start buying players for beyond this guy. Because watch next season, bro. Promise. I mean, you're talking about he needs to play on the floor. Did you see that this season? We played slow. We played methodical. You know what I mean? That we was rubbish on the transition. We're going round and round in circles, side to side football, crossing. There's no one in the box, by the way. So, of course, we're going to get the 6'5" guy who has got a good header. What do you think is going to happen, bro? Is everyone going to be looking forward to watching Stoke 2.0 next season? Because that's what I'm scared of. But let me bring you guys in. What do you guys think of what I just said? Free for all. Go on, anyone. Boom, boom, boom.
Can I touch on something that you said about
intervene?
We need to the intervention, right? We have to play football on the floor. That is correct. I thought that was the philosophy when he came, because he was under Pep Guardiola. Same. I didn't know he was another Sean Dyche, a glorified Sean Dyche. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect that, but since he's here, I'm sorry, if you want to play football on the floor or build up from the back, you need a way better midfield than that one. Yep. You cannot play a midfield with trucks, 2 trucks, and a side-to-side, I don't know what to call him, Odegaard. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you've got Odegaard.
Not as good as anyone thought he was going to be, quite frankly. He's just nowhere near.
Yeah, but even these players that you say are not good, you can still get the best out of them. I don't think we're getting the best out of him. I think he's out of place. And most of the time, he's just running after the ball, innit? Do you get me? There's a lot of players that are out there that are in our team that we don't rate, that have a little bit better. I'm not saying they're the answer. Don't get me wrong. He's not the answer, but you can get better out of them. This system, with the 3 midfielders, with this triangle that we have, you cannot create chances. Do you know that our conversion rate was sick? Our conversion rate was nearly most of our goals. Because we rarely created. Our conversion rate was good this season. I just heard yesterday, and because I knew it, because our creation I didn't see anything really be created last season.
That
All I
sounds
saw,
dubious, man. I'm finding that so hard to believe.
we didn't. Yeah, I hear that, but like, did we really create? Apart from set pieces and just spamming crosses, did we really create? Did we really play football? We didn't. And you can't play football with a midfield like that, in my opinion. Do you
Mhm,
want to play football? You need a midfield like PSG, like Barcelona.
mhm.
Do you know
If
what I'm
you want to win
saying?
the Champions League, we need a midfield that can
Yeah,
actually put their foot and dominate the game.
yeah, yeah,
That's what I will
exactly.
agree on. That's what I will agree on. But what was you gonna say, Dio? How was you gonna counter that?
Nah, man. Anytime someone says our chance creation is low, I just think of like the 2 or 3 moments Havertz was in front of goal, basically an open goal, and he skies it. That's what plays through my head, and I'm like, chance creation low, but Havertz is getting open goal chances, and he's skying it
No,
somehow.
do you know what it is? And I'll just quickly counter that, and then I'll get Everest in, and then we'll try and wind it out because my everyone's gonna start rolling through in a minute. Um, I feel like what Rashid is saying is terms of kind of big game, open, important chances. If you watch the way we play, surely you must admit, Dio, especially last season, it's been lethargic. We're not very quick. We do have certain times when Martinelli will get behind on the transition, but he'll end up having to recycle the ball or running it out of play, things like that. Even then, even though we haven't been playing as smooth and as flowing, we still have created chances. So I understand what you're saying, but I think what Rashid's saying is in terms of cutting teams apart, getting to the byline, cutting it back, really having gilt-edged chances like we did in the season before that, especially the second half of it. I think that was the point he was trying to make. But I do agree that, yes, even playing the way that we play now, which is lethargic in my opinion, we still do create chances and we still have got the likes of Havertz just missing open goals. And I don't even blame Havertz. I don't blame him. He never asked to start. He never asked to be a striker. He never asked us to come and buy him. That's on Arteta. Everest, obviously you haven't said nothing for a minute. What are you telling me, bro?
Yeah, I guess we're almost going to close at this point, maybe. So I'm gonna say one thing. Uh, on the A-listers, Igal said that he wants like Liverpool, City, Chelsea to be in their A game. He wants them to face when they're at their peak performance level. You know something?
You wanna know
If
something?
we are
Oh, mad.
if we are at our peak performance, like the 99 points, 100 points level,
Mhm.
best believe you are not coming closer to us in terms of points tally. With the current transfer business you're doing and whatever is going on with your club, you're not coming closer to us. That's facts. You have to be you have to be really lucky if you can get into the top four competition. If even Chelsea starts banging in goals with their new incomings, if they manage to get the Maignan deal done and they sort their striker position out as well, so you have to be really careful what you wish for, man. And by the way, and also always I always feel bad for the quote unquote bottom gooners like you, Self, Rashid, Shane, Aaron,
That's me.
Lee, Northside,
Present.
DJB,
Yeah.
Jess,
Yeah.
Kenny, all of these people who are actually on the correct side of the spectrum, but are always getting shunned by the other side because of actually just blindly following this one person.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. But big up for that. Rashid, what you got to tell me, bro? I'm probably gonna wrap it up because people are gonna start rolling through and I gotta go back upstairs. So what are you telling me, man? Some last thoughts on what we've been talking about?
Hey, what is there really to say, views? You kind of know what's gonna happen, innit?
Yeah.
Like by the end of this summer transfer window, we will be signing the players that we do not want, like the players we previously didn't want. Could you really name me a player we really wanted and this club got us that player? Apart from Rice, maybe.
Which
There
was
is no player out there.
yeah, that was still a
Sorry?
year behind. Sorry, that was still a year behind as well. But sorry, carry on, carry on.
Exactly. That was a year behind as well. Do you know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. We wanted Gyokeres, they'll get you Sesko.
Mm.
That's how I feel about this club. And I am worried about Berta. I'm more focused on Berta because I really think that Arteta, even with all the players, he's not gonna make it.
Mm.
He's not gonna win a big trophy. Let me repeat. It's not that he's not gonna win anything, but he's not gonna bring a bigger a big trophy. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but I think they'll keep him. That worries me as well. There's a lot of worries with this club, man. There's a lot of worries with this club. Do you know what I'm saying?
There is.
Um, but at the end of the day, bro, we need to be way more proactive, man. We need to be way more proactive.
Mm.
But that's something we're not going to see.
Mm.
We're just gonna have to keep talking about it, keep pushing online. Do you know what I'm saying? Every one of us here in the chat, everywhere, anybody that shows support, you know what I'm saying? All the man them, all the whole community, we need to just keep pushing
Yeah.
because they are hearing us. They
Yeah.
are hearing us, and that's the only thing we can really do, views, in it.
Mhm.
That's the only thing we can really do.
I
So
get it.
yeah, man.
I get
There's
it.
no really much to say. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But big up to you, man. I love this show. This is a fantastic show, by the way. It gets me through the day, man.
Always welcome, man. Always welcome over here. You're my brother in a real life, so you know, always welcome over here, man. And it's always a pleasure to have you on. So big up yourself. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the Revolution, Arsenal Revolution TV. It will be televised. People go and show some love. Also to Everest, man. Are you making a channel just before I come to Dio? Say that again. You're
Sorry, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. My YouTube channel is just the same name, and also my Twitch
on
as well.
Twitch. On Twitch, yeah.
Yeah,
So I always
yeah,
forget.
exactly.
I've only just started up a Twitch account, so I'll go and follow you over there on Twitch as well. Big yourself up. Dio, man, any last words? Any last words on what we've been speaking about? Karma? I don't know. What have you got to say, my bro?
Oh man, last words. I've been thinking about the creativity issues, and I've just been thinking about this while everyone's been talking, and I
Mm.
think the midfield is going to live and die by Rice at the end of the day. He's not really a he's not really an eight. I know people are doing the whole propaganda and stuff, saying, "Oh, he can do it. Oh, look at the goals and stuff," but he's not really an eight, and this is going to be what makes the midfield tick or not tick at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, other than that, nothing more to say,
Great
man.
point. We actually agree on that for once, Dio. You know what I mean? We agree on that. We actually agree on a lot of things. And then let me just say this as well, right? Let me just please make this clear, right? This ain't Sesko slander. I don't hate the guy. I don't even think he's a bad player. I just think it's the wrong timing. If he would even have come in January last season, I would have been welcoming him with open arms. You know what I mean?
It is properly horrible timing to be getting Sesko.
That's the
Properly.
point. That's all it is. But if you but like I said, if you did it and we rolled in a Osherman or a Gyokeres or someone like that as well as him, I would literally have no issue. I just want to make that clear. I'm not slandering Sesko. I'm just saying there's not been a big sample size. It's just not the right timing for him at the moment. But however, if you are gonna get him and you've done all the homework and you've done all the talking and all the washing up and all the other stuff you said you've been doing, then he should already be here. You know, that's what I will say. Big up Jordan Hyman, big up the assembled.
Big
Big
up.
up, hey, Theo, it sounds like you're from South Africa as well, man. Is that a little accent I can hear there?
Yeah, South African, brother.
Hey, big up, man. Big up the South
Big
Africa.
up.
Godfrey as well, man.
Finally, we agree on something, Dio.
Yeah,
You're
there
a
you
menace,
go,
man.
man. There you go.
He's a menace, man.
These-
Yeah, you know, brothers, you know what I mean? We're going to disagree on things, man, but that's what we're here to do. We want healthy conversation and we just want logic behind it. You don't have to agree with me, but I just want you to break down why you feel that way. Big up the assembled, though. Let me get a couple more of these comments and then I am going to end the show. He said, views the money that want for Sesko, he must be established. Haaland costs less and he was a prospect. There's levels to being turned over and cheering the fans for the error in judgment. Sorry, bro, that's what I'm saying. I mean, obviously they want big money for him, but what Leipzig are going to do is they're probably going to try and base their rebuild off of Simmons and Sesko. So they're probably being a bit greedy. Yes, there's no way 80 million. Like I still think that's too much, but that's just my humble opinion. Peppermint saying, from my understanding, Sesko is not used to playing as a lone striker. That's a point because he plays up front with a Pender. 4-3-3. Are you concerned by this, Dio? I think that was to you quickly. I think Dio might have answered that though. I think he might have answered that because I think we might have asked. You still there, Dio?
yeah, run the one by me again.
So he's basically saying, from my understanding, Sesko is not used to playing as a lone striker, which is facts because he plays in you know, up front with a Pender. Do you think that's going to be an issue for him, Dio?
I mean, that would be an issue for most strikers that we would possibly sign. Even Gyokeres, because he's playing with two tens behind him, and that's a unique situation as well.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So Peppermint, I mean, obviously he countered quite well there. It is good points, like I just said.
The thing
Go on.
is, Gyokeres and Sesko, they've got the attributes to play alone. So you know, let the
Let
manager
him do it.
sample whoever he decides to sign at the end of the day. Let him sample them playing the 4-3-3 as a lone striker.
Yeah. No, fair play, fair play. Big up Jordan, bro. Big up yourself, man. I see you. Do you know what I mean? Soon, bro. Soon we're gonna get that done. Big up Peppermint. 3 more seasons. I don't think I could do it, bro. Nah, man, no way. It's bad enough having to do another year of this guy. Big up, why not? He said, we need adult men with wide backs, no diddy, broad shoulders to take the brunt of the burden. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. Big up Hendo. He's bigging up Rashid. He was also saying something to why not. Eros is saying, damn, someone racing out there. Like, yeah, bro, I don't know where Rashid was. He was on the roadside. You know what I mean? Sound like there was also trains as well. He might have been at the racetrack. Everest is saying, Peppermint, even as a non-Arsenal fan, I can't handle 3 seasons of Arteta. Big yourself up, man. Big up Everest each and every time. Players notice Arteta's antics and they want to stay away. There's that as well. There is that. You know, there is that. Yeah, man. Big up everyone, man. They assembled. E. Ross, I'm seeing links is going in there as well for Jordan, for Mr. Robbo. Big up E. Ross, man. Big up everyone that's passed through today. We are going to end it because people are going to walk through the door any minute. I might come back later on with a little bit of news, maybe later in the evening, but we are going to be back. Big up Shane Gooner, the absolute legend. He's hit over 1K today. I know you guys would have watched the full Irish already. Yeah, big him up. Hold on. You're all doing claps like we ain't got sound effects. Bro. Big him up. 1K, you little pagans. Well done. So you've been listening to me, and you know what I mean? I'm just, yeah, you know, it's crazy what happens on the internet, guys. You know, you want to know something that's gone absolutely mad. You know what I mean? But it's crazy. It's good to know that man can influence certain things. But big up Shane. We are going to be back for Clean Through 1-on-1, I believe, tonight at 7:30, unless there's a change of time. Other than that, tomorrow is what, Wednesday, so we should be back for another intervention. And yeah, watch out for some other short form content. Big up It's Everest. Follow him on Twitch. Thank you for joining. Big up Dio. Always welcome to join on the intervention. The same for Rashid. Big up everyone in the chat. Make sure you are hitting the like. What we are going to do very quickly is see if we can redirect to anyone, and then we are going to be out of here. But I appreciate everyone that did come through to the intervention. Bit up and down today, you know, numbers going up and down, but sometimes you will have days like that. But everyone that was here, it's love. I appreciate you. I really do. Let me just see who's live. Let me see who I can pass you on to. And anyone that does go over, I do need to see views raid as well. Sesko and Zubamendi, here we go. So it looks like Deluded is on. So let's send you over to Deluded. When we go over there, people, I want to see views raid. Peace and love. Have a great day. We will be back tomorrow for another intervention. Everyone, welcome. Catch us for Clean Through 1-on-1 later on. Peace, guys. We're out.